Hi, everybody. This is Master Marylynn Clarke. I'm English. I was born in the UK, but I am now living in Thailand. So, Sawadee-ka, everybody. And it's wonderful to be here. And I say thank you to all the masters and all the grandmasters and all my friends who are watching this. I'm very grateful to be here today. And it's really rather wonderful because we are about to experience a great transition. It already started, but we are going to look at coming from period 8, which is what we're now in, and going to period 9. I have had the privilege to actually live through period, well, actually feng shui wise, the transition between period 6 and 7, then from 7 to 8, and then now we are going to be living through the transition from period 8 to period 9. Now, I was asked today to talk about prosperous flying stars, and I'm going to be quite precise because of the time that I've been scheduled to talk about everything. So I will have to bottom line everything. Now, you have a picture that I have provided for you of the Great Dipper, and all the flying stars issue from this Great Dipper. And you will see that we are now in the energies of the left assistant, and we are going to be moving into the energies of the right assistant. Now, I also want to point out that you also have another picture, which is a picture of the period 8 trigram, which is a mountain, one yang long line at the top, two, and you see like each side broken 2 yin signs. This is Ken, the mountain. It relates to period 8, which is Earth. Now, Earth in this case relates to the younger sun. So we have seen in this last nearly 20 years, 18 at present, we have seen young men, especially, and young people come up in the world and get the chance to be successful. Now, as I said, this is Earth. We at this moment are living in an ox year. Now, the ox is quite a slow animal anyway. So we have felt this as like us plowing a field. You know, my picture I get in my mind is 2 ox in a field, and we are scattering the seeds. What? For greater prosperity, to be able to really bring things up and create new things and invest. And especially if you're trying to invest in the future, this is the time to sow the seeds, because we are moving into period 9. Now, again, I'd advocate that people should look at purple 9 flying star techniques in order to understand more what is happening. But we already, since 2017, period 9 feng shui, the number 9 actually is being felt. And now normally this is a multiplying star. It will enhance whatever star it's with. At the moment, good or bad. But as we move more into period 9, it will be enhancing itself in its own right. Now, 9 is Li, so we can look up. It relates to the south. It relates to fire. It also has a relationship towards the heart and towards the eyes. So we can also see that there is a link with beauty, with rejuvenation. It's the middle-aged woman. So women are going to be far more in power. We are going to feel the power of women in a far greater way. All right, so there would be a much bigger opening for them. Also, things like tech will move up, and great potential for technology. And also we will find that things are going to move much faster. So fasten your seatbelts, because very soon this is all going to take off in a very dynamic, powerful way. And I'm going to explain a little bit more about these prosperous stars. Now, normally when you have a prosperous star, so when you have number 8, you want to activate it with fire, because fire gives birth to Earth and consequently will make the Earth much more powerful. Also, you can use a clock. You can use a clock with a pendulum, so you're activating the energy of the 8 wherever it is in your chart. You can also use an aquarium, and the different masters will use different numbers of fish, but basically it's number 9 is what will serve you. Okay, you can also put a water fountain to activate the number 8. Another way, which is something I learned from Grandmaster Raymond Lowe, who was my main teacher, is to place wood plants onto the 8, because they will attack them and therefore they will react back, and it gives them energy, and this will create the 8 and give it movement and action, right? Now, it takes lots of years of experience to know how to correctly activate stars. Why? Because there is not just one number, there is always a combination of numbers that you need to look at. Now, initially, you need to look at the environment. You need to look where the energy outside a property is coming from, right? Whether you live in a block of flats or in your own house, and now your office and house will often be the same place where you're working and living because of what's going on. So it's really important to get very positive energy coming from your environment. Okay, so you look at the mountains and you examine the quality. That's how technical Feng Shui is. Actually very technical indeed. It's very scientific, and people think it's all up in the air, but it's not. And you have to have a lot of observation ability too, so that you can actually see what type of mountain you're in, you know, what's going on when the energy flows from the mountain down towards the property. And again, we have to also examine the rivers, the water, in other words, now the roads. You have to see also if there's any negative char coming towards the property. And consequently, we can look at Google Maps. We can get our clients to go out there and look, yes, but there is nothing that beats the Feng Shui master or even the practitioner from standing there with their Lopan, and definitely the Grandmaster, and looking. Why? Because they have it, they've got experience, they've been trained, they know what to look for, right? They know how to examine the chi that is coming in, so that you have the maximum positive chi coming to your property and bringing you luck and wealth. And please never ignore the support and sitting stars. It's so important. One needs an overall picture. It's vital. And the thing is that's very important is the front of a property, the mintan, the bright hall, that it's open and it's positive. So again, this chi is it's come, you can even nurture it more and get it to be even more positive as it enters in through the mouth of your house, your door, right? I'm not saying you should look at all the openings, because one should, but the door is the number one place to look. And as it enters, this chi flows. Okay, some people can't see it. When you have experience, you know how it moves. You also know that it's there based on experience. And you know that the chi must flow. Chi, if it's got to be positive, needs to flow. It mustn't be obstructed. So when it comes into your house, it must flow around the house. It mustn't leak out the back. it mustn't, because you have these huge balconies and you have to be very careful that she doesn't leak out the balcony. It has to go upstairs if you have a second floor, bringing again positive energies upstairs as well as downstairs. So one really has to look at the flying star chart and examine all the different palaces. It's so important. Consequently, that is why I say you have combination of stars that also bring prosperity, not necessarily just the star of the period we are in, right? Okay, when we go into 9, we will be having to look at activating it more, but being careful because it's a multiplying star and it's fire. So with a 7, it could, you know, one would look again how to make sure that we actually, even though it's becoming more positive because it's in its period, one still has to treat it with respect and be aware that it's better with another positive star. But I also want to look at the combinations, and that's why I've given you sheets in order for people who don't know so much about it to look at things like the triple star combinations, where you are borrowing chi. And please look at the chart. I don't have the time to go into a deep analysis of this, but this is borrowing luck from each period. This is actually a whole 180-year period in certain chart, and other charts is just borrowing it from the previous period into the period 8 and then on into the period 9. So they're triple star charts. Then you have a string of pearls charts again, and that you will find in a period 8 property facing southeast 1. And I've given you the again so you can look at this type of very auspicious chart. But today, and I also, yes, one more is the sum of 10 chart, which again, every single area of the chart, or, you know, on the low shoe, everything comes to the number 10. If you add up, you will get number 10. So this also is a very positive chart to be looked at, right? And today, what I really want to look at is the Hotu chart. This is always a Hotu chart is in a north or south facing building. I first saw these charts back in period 7 when I was doing a lot of feng shui in Europe, especially in Switzerland. And I found a lot of wealthy, very, you know, lucky people had these charts. And I thought, oh, okay, it's true, it works. Okay, since then I've had the luck myself to actually be and live in this type of property. So I can tell you that it does actually enhance one's luck. But there is a big key to this, is that these low shu Hotu numbers must be in open areas. So first of all, I've given you a north 1 facing property. It needs to be square. In order for this formula to work, this Hotu to work, it's got to be square or the golden rectangular, the building. There mustn't be any missing areas. Otherwise, doesn't work in the same way, right? So when you go into the property, you have to have a flow from the entrance, from the front. So you have, say, 8-3, all that area needs to be open so the energy can flow. And 8-3 brings leadership qualities, right? Then you would have the 1 and 6. The 1 and the 6 brings academic luck, also like clerical luck, luck studying, knowledge, that type of luck. Okay, then you have the 7-2, which will also bring you wealth luck. So you have wealth luck in the 7-2. Then at the back of the property that you're looking at, you can see like a 9-4. If your 9-4 is open and flowing, then you have money luck. You also, I will also provide you with other Hotu charts. The reason being is that in period 8, these these charts are very good maybe for somebody who is actually looking still at buying property, because in period 8, the charts are very good charts. I'm not saying that the luck of the charts in period 8 are not quite as strong as in period 9. So it's worth looking while if you're looking for property right now, to be looking at a period 8 charts. Also, it's a good thing anyway to have knowledge of this type of charts. And I really believe that we are moving anyway towards something much more positive and bright in the future. And I really focus on infusing my clients personally with enthusiasm. And I like to spend a time with my clients. I like to spend time looking at a property and giving them very positive results. And I have clients that have been coming to me since 2000, right? And why? Because they get results. And that's the key also to being successful, is giving positive results. And I also do embrace 8 mansions. I know that turning a bed around can give somebody, you know, a change in health and in luck in a very powerful way. You look at the Barsi chart of the person, you do it at the correct time. Feng Shui is very much about time, getting the timing right, doing it on the right hour, the right day, and just the right time to help that client and turn the luck. When you do an overall property, it can take anything from 3 weeks to 3 months for everything to sort of move. But we are looking at something that has great potential and power. And as I said earlier, I said Feng Shui is very scientific, and it needs to be very precise, and then it works. And you have to make a strong bond with the client, and then we work together and we create something extremely positive. Okay, so basically, I'm once again to say this, we are going towards a period 9, which is full of light. It's full of hope. It comes from the heart. It is related to the heart. It's all about bringing light to this planet, being of greater service. It's there for us all to open ourselves up. And my intention is to help each of my clients to really connect to that positive, is the positivity of the future, the brightness, that enthusiasm, that everything that we can do to make our earth luck really align with our heaven luck and come forward in a very dynamic way. And I'm very grateful to all of you who have come here today to listen to all us masters and grandmasters talk. It's been a great honor. I am very grateful, and I look forward to having a wonderful time with you all. And I hope that very soon we will be able to have this convention again and all see each other physically give each other big hugs, and wonderful to see everybody. And thank you for coming and you're actually making such a wise choice as to want to enhance your wanting to enhance yourself and your life by listening to all the masters and one of us teaching you how to create greater chi and abundance, because that's a step forward right there. So once again, I like to ask you to spread joy on the planet, because that's what we're moving to, and it's going to be a very very fast moving thing, much more dynamic and wonderful than we think. So let's all say thank you for this wonderful coming together, and looking forward to seeing you all in the future. Thank you very much.